this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. AMP2.TV presents Tell Us Your Business, where you're invited on the air to tell us what makes your business stand out in the community. It's important we hear from you to tell us all we need to know about what you do best. Tell Us Your Business uses the latest radio and television production systems, and all shows can be seen on AMP2.TV. If you have a question for our guest, call 888-565-1470. Now, let's get ready as our guest hits the airwaves and informs us about what we need to know on Tell Us Your Business.
I like that.
Welcome. Actually, Tell Us Your Biz should be after hours. I got to tell you something.
Tell me.
There's so many things going on.
I've got a lot of things here. What's in my bag?
What's in your bag?
I got to tell you, welcome everyone to the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Tell Us Your Biz After Hours. We are live on 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, 1470 AM. Give us a call. Say hi to Mr. Radio, 888.
No, it's Mrs. Radio tonight.
I don't know who's on the board. Well, we got Mr. and Mrs. today.
Shamice is
Mr.
on
and Ms. Radio.
Shamice is on
And I
board.
think Steph is there too. 888-565-1470 as we go live on Tell Us Your Biz. And we are talking today about Merch Madness.
Merch Madness.
Kicking off March 1st with some Merch Madness. And today is Fat Tuesday, everyone.
Do you know what Merch Madness means?
I do. It means we're having a huge blowout on BrooklynCafe.tv merchandising, I tell you.
And not only are we going to do merchandising for the Brooklyn Cafe, we will also be doing merchandising for a collaboration.
I'm really excited because so many of the shows we produce, like It All Starts With You, Slick Speaks, so many shows that we have their merch in our merch store, BrooklynCafe.tv. You can purchase just by going to your website, and Merch Madness it is. I brought some of our items here today. This is our latest. I love this, Freddie. This is our little mini bell, our Brooklyn Cafe show bell, and my wand, which is indicative of having a little bit of the cafe in everybody's home. Could be any type of bell that you want. So these are going to be available in our merch store with the wand. And as always, we've got our Brooklyn Cafe show coffee. Actually, we might have some big news coming. One of your local grocery stores, correct?
Yes, we're in negotiations with a grocery store. It's not Publix.
I know. It's not Publix.
But it's another big one that we may actually be putting the bag of coffee on display in the grocery store.
This is amazing. This
And that
coffee
could be
bag
fun.
comes to us from Don Pablo Coffee Growers and Roasters, and they are our brewers and our roasters of our very own organic Arabica beans. You can purchase this as well at BrooklynCafe.tv, and more to come on that for merchandising. I really feel, Freddie, that as we are coming out of this pandemic, and thankfully we are coming out, we've had new people, longtime friends pop in today and join us and say they are coming back out. They feel better about it, and things are opening up, as well as new advertising opportunities, promotional materials. My mugs, I should tell you.
Mugs, because you got more than one.
This mug, I just need to get some hot water, because what this mug does, it changes.
I know. When you put hot water in that mug, the lettering comes out of it, which is kind of cool. We have fun with that. People that want to get on the merch store, where do they have to go?
Just go to BrooklynCafe.tv and click shop. Everything is there. It has been updated, and some more shirts are coming out, as well as the new caricatures and the cartoons that we have. Our crew has been working really, really tirelessly, and I love the Merch Madness created by Bailey, and we've got Sarah. We've got a fantastic team of graphic designers helping and getting ready to level up and amplify your impact. So much so that we are actually utilizing their services coming out in the April edition of Boca Magazine.
That's right. We're going to be in there with a brand new ad.
Call to action.
Call to action. And when you scratch, if you scratch my hat and sniff it, it smells like coffee.
So at least it only smells like coffee.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a whole lot worse. But how cool is it? In that ad, there's some secret stuff in there. You can get 2 tickets to Movies of Del Rey or the movies of Lake Worth if you tell me the secret that's in the ad.
So you have to find the little buried treasure
Little buried
inside the
treasure.
ad. So
That's
this is
right.
coming out in the April edition of Boca Magazine.
And we are also going to be giving away stuff. I think you have some stuff
I've
there
got,
as well.
as a matter of fact, I do. I've got some tickets to either Movies of Delray or Movies of Lake Worth.
That's right. So if somebody calls in, what's the number?
888-565-1470. That's
You may win.
1470.
2 tickets.
You may win. I love the fact that people are coming out, Freddie, people we've had long-term relationships with about collaborating.
That's right. We have a collaborating merch store coming up.
So we've got collaboration, our merch store. We also have friends that work in print media that are now amplifying their impact with us on radio and through our streaming. And congratulations for all your hard work because we've got some big Roku news,
Big Roku news?
don't we?
What's the big Roku
Our
news?
Roku channel.
Yes. Almost 200,000 homes on the Roku channel, which is Roku and Amazon. I saw the numbers today. We've grown 50,000 homes in a month.
It's amazing.
And I couldn't believe it until I showed it to you. I showed it to Slick. And everybody says, yeah, that number's real. And it's there to be seen and proved. And we have just been approved under
There you go.
B Cafe TV. If you go to the Roku channel store, you can now download our channel.
So check it out. If you have Roku, if you have a smart TV, go to your Roku app. I feel like I'm doing Moby Pop. Go to your Roku app, go to Channel Shop, Channel Store, and in that type in B Cafe TV or Brooklyn Cafe TV, and our app will pop up and populate, and you'll be able to download all of our latest and greatest shows, which is hilarious. Today's show has not been uploaded today, but today we did a whole show on Fat Tuesday.
Yes, because I found out a little turf war between 2 companies, and I couldn't download my mail.
Is that what happened?
Yes, it's a turf war between Google and Firefox. And certain applications are being stopped from downloading your Google stuff. Now it didn't affect you, but
I don't
it
have
affected me.
I wasn't open on Firefox though.
Yep,
You
and
were
I
open
use
on
it. I had
Firefox.
to switch to go to Google to get my stuff. I also have one more piece of announcement. I am in the process of working that hopefully you will be seeing the Brooklyn Cafe show. 3 shows that we do. What do we do? 2 shows, 3 hours a day
A lot.
on the Hilton Hotel Television Network.
Wow, and they're in-home channels.
They're in-home channels, so we're working on that as well. It's all about being proactive. And you saw the email. We got a few friends that want to join, and we're going to help them amplify their business. That's due to the wonderful job that you did with the kids, especially you, because you've been nonstop on this thing with the Cafe Press.
The Cafe Press has been spectacular, and it's our online newsletter that goes out to about 2,500 homes. If you want to subscribe to our press, you can also just check out our website at brooklyncafe.tv and hit subscribe. It's simple. Put in your email, and you get all of our information. And last week's press talked about our spotlighting our business. It also talked about our great animator, Bailey, who does all of our cartoons and all of our animation, and just a little bit of spotlight to businesses that have been working with us through Dr. Hillary and some other great commercials that we're producing through Comcast. And people are reaching out and saying, I'd like to spotlight my business. How do I do it? Just contact us. You can write in, you can email us, probably the best way, or always you can give us a call at 866-224-5422.
But it comes with a whole bunch of goodies. It's not just a mention. There's an interview involved. There's interview on the press. There's interview on the show. There's a merchandise piece that I'm going to include in there as well. I may even give people 2 tickets to the Movies of Delray.
You give so much away. I have to say,
I do.
You would give the shirt off your back if
I
someone
have.
wanted. Yeah, I know. And you did. You gave that cartoon shirt away. But I look at you all the time. This is when you're partners in business. And I look at you and I think you're giving that away for free too. And you're giving that away for free too. And you do.
I like giving stuff away because I think that, remember what I said at the very beginning of the virus. If you stick with us, we're going to get in through this together. The first year, we thought we were done with it. The second year, you had the second one. And here we go again. And a lot of friends have stayed with us.
Yeah.
And they've stayed with us. They've stayed open. Come down to the cafe, have a cup of coffee with us, enjoy some of the art. We saw art this week. I mean, it's all moving and grooving.
Oh, I didn't tell you. I should actually
You
let
should
you
tell
in
me.
on this because we are having a March Madness sale on our art as well. So Amy Rashevsky is discounting all of her artwork now 20% on March Madness in our studio. So if you want to stop by or you want us to send you pictures, if you are not local, you want to see them ahead of time, just let us know. But Amy is one of our spotlight artists, along with Jay Harmon and Gina Prepser. And she's now doing 20% off March Madness on all of her pieces. She just wants them to have a new home because she has been creating so many new great pieces. Come on by and see some of the amazing things that she has in our studio.
Jay Harmon, I'm going to have him do the same thing.
He will be more than happy
And do you know he has art here at the radio station? And we are opening up the radio station little by little. We don't want 1,000 people, but we are opening it up. And we're going to be using the kitchen facilities at night. So you're going to have day and night access to mobile amplify your business. And there's no denying it. It's back. It's coming back. You're going to see us on the road. We're looking at concerts. We're looking at singers. We're looking at a whole lot of stuff.
I know we had a
Join
friend
us.
come in today, and he just popped in. I've been thinking about him for so long.
3 years we haven't dealt with him.
And he didn't even realize we had as many studios as we have because when we met him, that was
were-
still storage.
Yes.
We had just moved in.
Yes, I forgot all about that. He walked in and he said, "Is this the same place?"
I had been thinking about him, and we're so fortunate that we've been able to stay open through this whole thing under the umbrella of media and through the grace of WWNN. But you realize not everyone has been open, and not everyone has been comfortable going out. And now that you see them coming back out, you forget where we were 2.5 years ago, 2 years ago when all of this started. We had literally just moved into our 2400 spot. And to see it now is totally a change of venue for people. But I'm so happy that they're coming back out. Our doors are always open. Come in for a cup of coffee, a drink of gubba. We made a hurricane today for Fat Tuesday. We had king cake. No one has found the baby yet. So maybe tomorrow they'll be able to find the baby.
You're going to have to eat a whole lot of cake.
I can't eat all that much cake. I know where the baby is. So
See, the problem
as
is you
everyone
know where it
cuts
is.
into it, I think, oh, they're going to get it. But they haven't found it yet.
So, the philosophy here is to merchandise. If you're not ready to go out and meet people just yet, that's cool too. Merchandise, we're doing different shirts. We have the cartoon strip
So great, that
that
strip.
Bailey put together. Now she's getting people that want to work with her. So hopefully we'll put that to bed on Friday. But I am going to put the first strip on the shirt as well. You could put anything, any logo you want in there. We even came up with Lent tomorrow. Right? So what am I giving up for Lent on the shirt? What's it
I
gonna
love
say?
what you're giving up. You're giving up hate.
And give it up hate for the shirt. So the more you do, the more people recognize what you're doing. Come on board. Get in the pool because the water's fine. It's time to
So
move.
on my way here tonight, I got a text from Eileen Lemelman. It all starts with you. She's our Friday host, and she really reaches out to the female community of those who are middle age in their 40s, 50s, and up. And about reaching in and really coming together as a community of women coming together. And she got a text from a woman who's been following her show that said, I don't know if I'm a perfect fit, but let me tell you about my story. And it goes on to say how Eileen's show inspires her to keep going. She had some major health complications at a very young age that has had to cause her to stop doing what she normally did. She doesn't walk the way she did. She doesn't talk the way she used to. Her weight isn't what it used to be. And Eileen's show has inspired her to keep going, and she was wondering if she could come by and see the show or meet with Eileen. And that is the beauty of what I love that we get to produce, because all it takes is you can inspire one person to keep going or to write in or to share their story, and it keeps going, and the motion and the movement goes.
It's funny because remember when we were at the movie theater and we did the whole production for West Side Story.
Mm-hmm.
There was a young lady in there who said to us that she was in the real estate game, and it was our show and watching our words of encouragement that turned it around for her.
She is a multi-million-dollar seller.
And she has gotten so busy in the closing. She's not selling millions. She's selling multiple $1-million homes. She said to me, I am so sorry. I will come and see you. First, it was last month. Now it's this month. But she's so busy. I said, don't worry about it. But that's what the power of believing does. Now, I wish I was her because she's doing really, really well.
I go back to this Bell story because we had met with our crew. We took them out for breakfast one day about, 6 weeks ago, just to have a coming together kind of strategy meeting about what we were going to merchandise. We talked about T-shirts. We talked about hats. We didn't know what we were going to do. And as you and I were leaving, I told this story this morning. You were talking very quietly, as you always do. And this woman called out, no, what you're saying is incorrect. And we went in to see her, and it was a cleaner's. And we had a lovely chit chat with this lady. And on her cleaning rack, she had a little tiny green bell, just like this. And that was our sign, the universe saying, that is your next merch piece. And sure enough, we were able to brand these to say the Brooklyn Cafe Show, get little wands. And as you say, you find the messages and you keep going. As Jordana Foster, who just walked in for her next show, you have to keep going. And as we put things together, Freddie, everything that we have done the past 2 years has led us exactly to where we are now. Even down to branding our colors, which goes into our ad, which is going into the Boca magazine. Every little step that we have taken on a stepping stone has taken us to where we get to be today.
So you mean there's a strategy?
There is.
It isn't Freddie flying by the seat of his pants.
Absolutely not. And
okay.
and
I'm glad you said that.
everything that we do, down to the color of our ad, that Reba said, what a great color. But that went back to when we were talking to Natalia Levy about rebranding our AMP Productions color. And we were between different colors. And we went with yellow for everything that yellow means in advertising. And they loved it. And even this Boca magazine, even their logo is in yellow. So you need to brand your business the way you want it to be represented. It's not just a fly-by-night. It's not just pick a color, pick a font. It needs to brand and represent you. And then you can go into rebranding if you want to, but it still has to be authentically what your message is, always.
It's funny because you say the words that Jordana Foster says every Tuesday night.
But it's true.
And here we come on Wednesday, and we quote her message on Wednesdays as well. You know, if you look at the ones that have hung in there the longest, who have been there when it's gotten thin, when it's gotten scary, you look at it, nothing can stop them. I hope that her word today is courageous, because you got to be courageous to do this. You know, you have to believe. We had a conversation with Josh, one of our producers, and he said to me, it's not enough to learn production. You have to live it, you have to know it, you have to believe it in order to make it work for you. And that made my whole day today. It made my whole day because this kid, all of them, I've been trying to reach them to understand putting something on a shirt is more than just putting something on a shirt. Bailey, who's newer than all of them, she does it because she loves it. Today she found out, wow, you know, you can make a living at this. You could actually do something if you believe in your products. So that's why I love you came up with the Merch Madness deal.
Merch Madness.
And that has to happen to do with the NCAA basketball tournaments that are going to be starting. But now it's Merch Madness in March.
Do you remember 4 years ago you said to me, I want coffee.
I remember.
I want a line of coffee. And a lot of companies approached us. And I said to you, I did have a disagreement, but we had a long discussion about different companies. And I said it really
It was
needs
a disagreement.
to be authentic what we believe in. And I am passionate about really trying to keep harmful chemicals out of our body. And some of these coffees were not authentic to our message of health, as healthy as coffee can be, our health and authenticity. And they were chemicals, and they did a lot of things. And then we found Don Pablo, and they were so incredible for us. They're organic. It's organic beans.
I wanted
Arabica
coffee,
beans.
and you were getting taste and organic. I wanted any coffee.
You wanted any coffee, and I said to
I
you,
would've
it has
taken Tar
to
in the
be
Street.
authentic. We have to be able to put
I
our names and
remember.
our pictures on coffee. And Don Pablo created this for us. And they're also in Costco. They are huge coffee growers and roasters based out of Miami. And they created these chemical-free, all organic. The certificate is here. And this has been our staple for the past 4 years.
And he created a $10,000 cart that we have with us with umbrellas and logos, and he did all of that. We didn't even ask him to do it.
So
Then he
everything has
delivered all
led
that
us,
coffee. Yes.
right? Everything has led us, every little step, every one drop at a time, as you say in the bucket, one little step leads you to the next step. So we don't always look back, we look forward, but when you gather all of our little chickens and things that we've done, look at this amazing merch that we've put together.
Now you got to remember, I made a promise to our artists. What do we got? 6 artists in studio?
Our in-house
6?
artists, yeah.
I made a promise that we were going to do the Boca Bash. We're going to do that Boca art thing. And then the virus came along and we couldn't do it. But I promise you we will get it done in Boca. I don't know how, I don't know when, but it's going to get done. We're going to put all the artists out there and see what happens, because the artists, Gubba Rum, Dignity Memorial, they've been there with us from Jump Street.
True that.
And I can't thank them enough. I can't do enough to thank them. And you have to believe. Merch store. How do you get on the website?
BrooklynCafe.tv.
And if you don't believe it works, I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. You come on down to the studio, get there 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, catch your show. And if you don't like what you see, I'll give you 4 tickets to the movie.
And a bag of coffee.
And a bag of popcorn.
Who could turn that down?
And coffee. And I tell you, if you come down, everybody who's been there, it happened again this morning. That gentleman was there when we had nothing.
He rode his bicycle over today.
He looked around. He says, "Did you build rooms?" I was dying.
Which direction?
That room was storage.
It was storage because that's how long ago it had been. We had another alarm company walk in today, and they looked around and said, "What would it take for you to change your alarm coverage to be with us?" I said,
Trip to Europe.
I said, "It's not going to happen." But and he looked around and he said, "What do you do here?" Not going to happen. We're very happy with the companies that have supported us along the way. 100%. We stay loyal and true to who we're with.
And if you don't know what a production company should look like, if you don't know what a production company merged with a radio station should be, take a look. Because this is more than just radio. It's radio, it's television, it's merchandising. It's a whole lot of heat coming at you. I don't want to hear it that we don't have it covered because I haven't thought of one thing we haven't covered. Just come on down, take a look. What's the address? Where are we at?
2400 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard. Yes, our sign still says Little Pond Family Theater, but our door has all of our information. But you know, Freddie, even more than the merch and even more than the exterior and the pretty walls and the cameras, I feel as if we help save souls every day. From our crew to our interns, they build a network within themselves to coming together as our extended family, to all the guests that come in to our studio. It's not all about the merch and amplifying our impact. It's about bringing people together as a community of all ages, and we see that every day. They don't even want to leave. They sit down with us after the show, and they talk, and they're friends, and some of them haven't had the opportunity to have friends. And they come together.
Are we going to go back to doing seminars?
I would like to actually.
Family greetings, maybe having that whole greeting thing.
I spoke to Dr. Hillary today. She's going to be joining. She's going to be doing next Tuesday's show at 7 o'clock, talking about women in transition. Once your kids grow up and they're going to school, and you're not quite at that grandparent stage, and what is it like? Have you been home working with your spouse? All the things that have changed, and how do you find happiness? So that's going to be a great show coming to you next Tuesday at 7 o'clock.
She does a great show. That was a nice show we did today.
So she's fantastic, and she's a new friend and sponsor of the Brooklyn Cafe.
You know, you got to feel it. You go to church, you go to synagogue, you do something on either Saturday or Sunday, and you come out of that place, out of that house, and you say there is nothing you can't do. But you got, as a businessman, you got to be a woman. You have to be able to feel that 5 days a week, 6 days a week, sometimes 7. And you got to make it happen. If you don't believe, then how the hell is anybody else going to believe?
I mean, you feel one day you can't and you need some help, please feel free to always reach out to us. Come on down for a cup of coffee. We'll get you in touch with whoever. We can help you, or just have some fun and have some king cake tomorrow. Ready to wrap it up?
Ready to go.
Have a great night, everyone. Stay tuned. We've got Jordana Foster, Ready, Set, Go Beyond, joining us at 7:30. And we will see you tomorrow live at 11 a.m. on our brunch hour.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
This has been Tell Us Your Business, where a special guest comes on every week and tells us what they do. All shows can be seen on amp2.tv, and if you wish to be a guest, call 866-224-5422 and tell us about your business. That's 866-224-5422. This has been an amp2.tv